Hi, welcome to another Megiddo Gaming video. This video is kind of a call to arms, so to speak. I've been working with other Trickster Rogues on compiling a list of bug fixes to improve our character. Now these aren't buffs or anything like that, they're actual substantial bug fixes. Because right now in the forums, ARC and developers are doing an October bug fix. Pretty much just shout out what any bugs that you find. They take a look, see if it's something worth fixing or if it actually does need to be fixed. And so far it seems like they're doing alright and getting it taken care of. And one thing that I've noticed is that there's still a lot of people in that group that are asking for buffs and reworks and things like that, which are all well and good, but that's not the purpose of that forum. So a lot of stuff's just getting pushed aside or not paid attention to because they think it's just another cry for a bug fix or buff. So I actually worked on making a list with a Trickster Rogue group that I'm with, as well as getting some input just from random players, guild mates, things like that. And a decent list. I think there's about 10 different things that can be worked on to benefit us to the point where we might not even need a rework as long as our character is working the way that it was supposed to. So here in a moment I'm going to go over some of the big ones, but I'd like to give a shout out to Galactic Underwear for saying that he's going to help along with this, along with anyone in my Trickster Rogue group. I greatly appreciate it, if this is something that we can work out and then not have to worry about. We're all just going to be better off for it. I am going to have a link down in the description on where the forum is and also the list of bugs that I've compiled. Now, not to say that's all the bugs that exist for our character, but really there's not a whole lot of major bugs, at least from what I could find, when it comes to our powers or feats or anything like that. Now, not to say that there aren't bugs in the overall game that could benefit our class and our build, but just for the Trickster Rogue exclusively, there really isn't a whole lot. And you know what, like I said, we probably won't even need a buff or rework, if these are working properly. And some of them have already been addressed, apparently. I've been watching the forums, and one of the posts was that weapon enchants are not proccing correctly on our powers, like Smoke Bomb and Path of Blades and stuff. And they said in the forum that that should be fixed come next update, so I'm really excited for that, Some competition for Vorpal being best in slot, whether you're build is there to destroy mobs or single points, so it'll be interesting to see how that works. There was also some work on tenacious concealment, and some TRs, well, most TRs probably don't even have that in their build. I mean, if you're a min-max or tenacious concealment's not exactly something that you're going to have in equipped to your powers. It's just not part of where it's at. Now it was significant though. It does help a lot with stealth regeneration as well as maintaining stealth even while taking damage. It's actually working the way that it's supposed to, and the way they tweaked it, it works better than how it was going to work. So that's an upside. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get better at this playing while talking thing. So I picked something pretty easy to do, but still I get a little distracted. There was another fix as well, and it's escaping me at the moment what that was. Oh, something that's been kind of plaguing us for a while. The Paingiver board is not exactly the most accurate way to test anyone's abilities for DPS. However, it was exceedingly difficult for Trickster Rogues because if you had two Trickster Rogues in a group that both ran Executioner with Shadow of Demise, what would happen is the first person to proc Shadow of Demise actually got credit for all of it. And so there was really no way to see how you stacked up to that person, because they could have been taking your SOD points or you could have been taking theirs. They say that's been addressed, so that's awesome. Oh, there's still a guy here. Hey, get back here. But other than that, I haven't seen any other adjustments to any issues encountering Trickster Rogues. Now, I know this is just for bug fixes, but I really wish that, you know, there was another way to get them to take a look at things, because I did jokingly put in the forums if the fact that crowd control doesn't work on nearly any of the mobs in Cholt, none to the bosses, and that they're even nerfing it on PvP, of course with no response at all. But it is kind of bad, and I said it in one of my other videos, to have, you know, 8 classes and 5 of them share a type of controller, and controller is pretty much useless. I mean, the entire Saboteur tree doesn't benefit from, you know, the capstone, the ability, it's not on the top of my head, that allows you to deal 25% more damage to those that are controlled. Well, if you can't control bosses, you can't control Allosauruses, you can't control Tyrannosauruses, I mean, and then they're, you know, it was useful, of course, in PvP, but, you know, like Smoke Bomb, for instance, apparently the first tick or something like that's only going to work. And please forgive me, I'm not well versed in what's going on in PvP, just because currently the state of PvP doesn't interest me. I really liked Stronghold Siege. Gauntlet Grim was even interesting. But, you know, just domination. I mean, if I want to go around and fight people like that, I'll just play Call of Duty. It's less costly. You know, I don't know. It's just me. Maybe I just got sick of the same domination maps over and over and over. But hopefully things will change. Because, you know what, PvP, I'm an endgame player. PvP is something that interests me. You know, I want to see how well I stack up to other people. And especially being on console, we don't have something like ACT that can, you know, measure and determine, you know, what our actual DPS and what things are dealing damage. We have to go off the Paingiver board, and it just doesn't work very well, like I stated earlier. But I will say one thing. When going through the forums, and not just from a Trickster Rogue side of things, but it does seem like they're actually getting a lot of accomplished. I don't know if they've done these like monthly bug fix forums before, but it seems to be working out really well. If everything that they're claiming that they're fixing is true, I mean, they're actually paying attention to their community, and, you know, they're going to get this game working in a way that, you know, they're going to set themselves up to be able to have a better game. You know, it's unfortunate that they spend so much time making content when what they have currently doesn't work properly. I'm stunned. I gotta kill these annoying beholders here, because they just annoy the hell out of me. And I'm sorry, there's that whole playing while talking thing. But, no, so if they're actually making all these changes and they're going through in mod 12.5, I mean, for a half mod, it's going to make a huge difference on how things are going to be. I mean, we may not be getting a huge amount of content, but what we are getting is quality. We're getting improvements on, you know, things that should have been fixed a long time ago. I love that they're being addressed. And it's going to go pretty far in the eyes of the community doing this kind of thing. How'd he end up getting frozen? Oh well, I won't complain about it. But Yeah, and definitely, in the comment section, I know I don't get a lot of comments, I don't get many views, I don't have that many subscribers, and I do appreciate all of you that have subscribed. But anyone who watches this, subscriber or not, and whether you like the video or not, please, down in the description, if anything that I have in the description, if you have something different for a bug fix, actual bug fix, not like a buff or anything like that, definitely put it down in there. Um, and like I said, the link for that forum is in there. So I definitely want there to be, people voicing. I can't tell you what to do. I can just strongly and pretty please kind of way that you at least take a look at the forum. Um, if there's something in the bug list that I have in the description that you really want fixed, even if you're just, taking that and putting it in there, hopefully we can get these things worked out because that's going to go a long way, real long way. And hopefully I continue to gather support from other Neverwinter players or YouTubers, and just to get the message out that I'm seeing action being taken in this forum. And I hear a lot from people that, oh, they just delete your posts and stuff. And as long as it's well formatted, it's not negative, you're being constructive with what you're putting in there, you can definitely get a response. So please take a look at the description. Go look over that. Get on the forums. Post bug fixes. Let's get our class taken care of. One less thing to worry about, so that way we can continue enjoying content. And I hope that something like this, if you find it successful, will keep you engaged in the forums going further. Maybe you'll go find another forum that's currently up and contribute, because unless we tell them in the most direct way we possibly can, which is through the forums at this point, what needs to be changed. People ranting in YouTube videos, if they don't watch the YouTube videos, they're not going to know. And they're definitely not going to see the comments that you put in the YouTube videos if they're not even interested in the video content itself. So our most direct form is talking through the forums. So if you want to make some changes, you have to take action. And right now, this is the best form of action that we can take. So thanks for watching the video. Like, favorite, or subscribe. Click that bell notification if you want to be notified of new content. And just let you know I appreciate you. Thank you.